Well, welcome back to another episode of Thrift Store Rescue. Today we have a fan, a really old fan. Got this off of Marketplace about a week ago, and it's pretty cool. Did some testing with it. It does spin, see? Did some testing with it this morning to see if it's even worth doing anything with, and it does turn on. It does turn on. The bearings are really bound up and gummed up with some old grease or oil, so I had to put a whole bunch of WD-40 in there, but it does work. Leave it down in the comment section. Who made it and what year? I'll shout out the person that gets closest to it, but it's pretty cool. Heavy, cast iron, all that good stuff. But that's not what we're doing today. This is for next week or the week after. Today, taking care of the pole saw. It's time to get this project done. I'll bring you guys in here a little bit closer. That's not working so well. Let's spin it. I'll spin it this way then. Alright. Something like that. Anyway, here's all the pieces. This evaporust is actually starting to take the paint off, which is not a bad thing, but it's a bad thing. Where's my wire brush? So this side was down for the first few days, and as you can see, nice clean metal. Good cutting edge too there. Yep, it's starting to take some of the paint off. So I got all the rust off these rivets, off this little post right here. Lots of paint coming off this. Look at that. Well, I guess evaporust is a paint remover if you leave it in there too long. I'm gonna have to let this thing dry out before I start sanding on it. Yeah. Here's this part. This is the part that was down in the solution first. And there's like literally no rust on it. This end, also no more rust. Got cleaned up. There's a little post right here. Get some of that junk off of there. Some paint starting to come off. Starting to wonder if I should just remove all the paint, repaint all of it. Let me get these things scrubbed up with soap and water really good, and I'll kind of make my decision based off of what I see there. I need a magnet. Got some bits and pieces down here. There's a spring. Oh, that came out pretty. Can you see that? It's a little grayish right now from the solution, the evaporust. But this thing was brown and nasty. Alright, that's ready for some soap and water. What else is down here in the... here's the pruning blade. Yep, no more rust. There's a little bit of a black stain on here from the evaporust if you leave it in there too long, which I did. But that'll clean up really nicely. All this stuff is going to be headed in and get some good old-fashioned hot soapy water to get all nice and clean. Got some more hardware down here. the nut. Okay. What else? There's more down here. I know there is. Maybe not. Okay. Guess everything else is over in the little parts bin I made. So now, the star of the show is the handle. If you guys remember, I put the handles into some spar urethane to hopefully rehydrate them and make them a little bit larger in size. Get some tools out right now. To make them a little bit larger in size so that they would swell back up and fit into this tube properly. So we're going to dig these out right now. Let's see what happens. There they are, in all their glory. I ended up not covering up. I figured, you know what, let it skin over, and it'll make a decent enough barrier. So, I'm going to scrape all this junk off. Trying to get this camera angle as proper as it's not easy. So hopefully it rehydrated the wood with something other than water, and it's spar urethane, and it'll solidify and it'll keep its size, hopefully. And how I'm going to get these things to fit back in there, I got an idea with my lathe. Alright, that's got all this skin stuff scraped off. Let's grab the other one real quick. Then I can wipe them off and we'll see what the end product is and see what the size is and see if it fits back in that aluminum tube. Just using an old chisel from a thrift store here to scrape this off. It's an old Stanley. Well, not old. It's old enough that I think it's made out of good steel. Wipe these off real quick. Shop towels. Right now I'm curious to see how close I got to being snug inside that aluminum tube. Alright, that's one of them. Got the air conditioner running right now. I'm sure it's causing a lot of background noise, but man, it's still hot in here. I'm sweating. No, I don't regret moving to Texas. I'll get used to the heat over time. But at least my back doesn't hurt as bad anymore when it goes down to minus 30 up there in Minnesota. All right, let's see what we got here. Well, that didn't work at all. I guarantee it soaked into that wood though. I'm sure it did. It just didn't swell it up. Well, I got one more chance at redemption on this end where the actual cutter head goes on. And I got an idea for that just might work. On these ends though, I might need to get another piece of pipe that's smaller. I'm not sure. Got any ideas, drop them in the comments. But this end, I got another idea, and it might work, but it's gonna be kind of a flammable situation. I'm sitting here mopping sweat off my head. Air conditioner's going, but it's still really super hot in here. Bit of a quandary right now on how to solve that one with the handles. I know what to do with the rest of the metal though. I'm going to go ahead and scrub them down with soap and water, clean them up, let them dry out, and then see if any more of the paint needs to get removed. And if so, I'll do that, and then I'll get them all hung up and get them painted. Yeah, not much of a video today, but I tell you what, that fan's going to be fun. Yep, it's going to be all right. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge because it's so old, but I think it'll work out in the end. So anyway, thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Best way to support this channel is hit the share button, subscribe button, notification bell, and the like button. And I'll see you guys next time. Laters.